All right, it's Talking Points this afternoon. My name is Michael Olatunbosun. I'd like to say good afternoon to you. You know, the deal on Talking Points about getting to talk about things that affect us as a people. And this time is no different, except that we'll be setting agenda on a very different note today. I'm talking health today. I told you on Tuesday that I'll be talking health as well as education. You know, as an SDG advocate, I'd like to talk about sustainable development. And these items on the table today are key particles of the SDGs. Let's do the business on Talking Points, Splash FM 105.5 today. Let's start off with tuberculosis. Yes, it's called TB generally, of course, and it's caused by a certain bacteria. I have experts who will be opening that up for us on the program today. Most often affects the lungs, and of course, one thing that gives me cheers is that it's curable and as well as preventable. I know that it's also spread, from person to person through the air. And when you talk about spreading through the air, you also remember that we've been grappling with COVID-19 over the year now. And a key item in conversations around COVID-19 is use of face masks because it's said that it's spread through, carried through the air and the rest of it. A few facts that I, just dug up in the course of preparing for this program. I understand that a total of 1.4 million people died from TB in 2019, including 208,000 people with HIV. Worldwide, TB is one of the top 10 causes of death and the leading cause from a single infectious agent above HIV/AIDS. In 2019, an estimated 10 million people fell ill with tuberculosis worldwide, 5.6 million men and 3.2 million women and 1.2 million children. I understand that it is present in all countries and age groups, but it is curable and preventable. That's just the key thing that I'm taking out of all these facts that I've dug up. I'll leave that for my guests to unlock for us. I'd like to quickly welcome my guests, Dr. Abayomi Akonde is of Breakthrough Action. Good afternoon and welcome, sir.
Good afternoon, thank you.
Mrs. Babafunke Olatoyojo is of the Oluyole Local Government Area Supervisor for TB and Breakthrough Action Nigeria as well. Welcome, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
Mr. Babatunde Sunday, Senior Monitoring and Evaluation Officer, Damien Foundation. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Okay, so let me start with Damien Foundation. This conversation is about creating awareness, basically, about tuberculosis, and also encourage people to, get tested and, get treatment as well. So let's start with, let's explain tuberculosis to the people. What exactly does it do to the system, or how does it get to the person?
Yeah, thank you very much. Good afternoon once again. Tuberculosis is a chronic infectious disease. It affects mainly the lungs, another part of the body. TB can affect any part of the body except the lung.
Okay.
And the one that mainly, the worst part of it is the strong one is the one that affected the lung, because it's the one that can pass through one person to another. Others cannot pass through one person to another unless you take the bacilli in, like people that are eating raw milk, like this cow milk, raw one. So if they drink it, so they can be infected with TB of other organ. So, but with this, TB is preventable.
Oh, okay. That's the good news.
Yeah.
Okay. So
TB is preventable.
It is preventable. Yeah. Okay. So let me come to Dr. or Mrs. Babafunke Olatoyojo. You are the supervisor for TB at the Oluyole local government area.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about your your experience as a supervisor for TB in that local government, what exactly, how do people present? You know, when it comes to TB, is there a response in terms of how people come to the local government for testing, for evaluation, for treatment, and the rest of it? What exactly does it feel like to work in that realm?
Okay, thank you very much, sir. There are a lot of challenges because TB. There are two things attached to TB. One, people fear and stigmatization. So when we go to the field, I mean, we work mainly on the field, then we go to health centers too. When we go to the field, a lot of people are scared to, cough has a lot of stigma attached to it. Mm-hmm. For TB, the stigma is higher. Now with COVID-19, once people see you wearing the mask, people are scared. Mm-hmm. Because you know that a major symptom of COVID-19 too is cough. Mm-hmm. So once we get to the community and they see us wearing the mask, people are scared. They don't want to come close to us. So by the time you start mobilizing and people eventually come, once they see the banner and they see TB, nobody wants to come close to you because people are scared. People are scared of being stigmatized by their neighbor. Oh, my neighbor must not see me going for tests, or my fellow shop owner must not see me going for cough test. It could be TB or anything. Mm-hmm. People say that, oh, I'd rather not know, because once I know, I'll become very scared and eventually get sick. So people are just very scared. Scared of TB itself and the fear of being stigmatized by people around. So it's a lot. I mean, we have situations where people come to meet you behind and say, okay, please just give me that card, because they don't want people around to see them. So it's very challenging working on the field. People are just really scared. And
then people cannot get succor. You cannot get help if you're still wrapping yourself around myth and of stigmatization and fear and the rest of it. So the best way to get tested, first of all, is to remove this fear of being stigmatized, and first of all know your status, which is very important. I understand here that about 1/4 of the world's population has a TB infection, but are not ill and cannot transmit. That's right. How true is that, Dr. Bayo Miakondi?
Yeah, thank you. So, well, like you said, about 10 million cases are discovered annually, new cases. So if you extrapolate that, we have like 2 billion people in the world with TB.
Wow.
But not everybody will manifest with the disease. So for someone to actually come down with the disease, your immunity plays a big role. So if you have good immunity, you are healthy, you may be carrying the disease and not show it. So that's why it's important, to keep up the immunity and to take the vaccine, because there's a vaccine for it, actually.
Oh, yes.
So that's why those steps are vital.
Okay.
That's why also TB is associated with HIV/AIDS, because HIV will crash the immune system, and once that is done, the TB will manifest, and it's almost like a death sentence. Once someone has HIV, has TB, and the two is manifesting together. So at times, some people have that notion that, if you have TB, you may also have HIV. So they don't want to come out and do the test.
Okay.
But it's better to know your status and to get the right treatment. TB treatment is actually free, thanks to the Daniel Foundation and other partners.
We hear that the treatment is free, but why is it that we still don't have people, boldly coming out? Are there, have you observed any barriers, anything stopping people apart from the myth, around this thing and the fact of stigmatization? What's the reality?
Well, the reality is that the myth is the number one. That's the first factor that prevents people from coming out. Because, I think we have this belief that if I don't know it, it will not kill me.
That's terrible.
But that's not true. So people will be coughing. I've actually been going out with the about the Northeast team, this week, and funny enough, once they get to an area, people start coming out. Say, I know somebody coughing in this house. So before you know it, all the coughs that we take out to take samples is finished because people come out and they are, please. Then some people will not come out. They'll say, just give me your contact. I'll come and meet you. So it's still wrapped up in that meat. And then even before COVID-19 started, people were not really coming out. But now it's even worse because anything cough. Once you mention cough, people, you see them, saying, God forbid. But, this is not a matter of God forbid. You have to come out, get tested, and get the right treatment.
So we have to be truthful to ourselves about the reality of tuberculosis. And one way of, getting to solution is to own up, first of all, to accept that this is a reality. And I'll come back to you, madam. If it's possible for you to speak in Yoruba, we can do that. For you to address our people, to tell them that it's advantageous for all of us, for the health of everybody, for people who feel that they are maybe basically coughing, to get tested so as to be sure of what exactly they are attending to. A lot of people, they feel sick a little, they go to the pharmacy store, they get a few drugs, and after 2 days they say, Motu, we're okay. How very sure can we be that if someone is coughing or if there are other manifestations that we need to get them to come out? I need you to address this particular thing right now. And if it's possible for you to do it in the local language, I'll be okay with that.
Okay, I can do both.
Okay.
So when we go to the community, if initially they might not want to come out, but when they come close, we enlighten them. Like the doctor said, TB is not a death sentence. It is important to get checked. Getting checked, you are not only saving yourself, you are saving your family members. You are saving your children. And the best part of it is treatment is free if you have it. The test is free if you have it. So we encourage people, just check it. Ordinary cough, if you've been coughing for 2 weeks or more, there is no harm in checking it. All we need is your sputum, which will be taken to the lab. So there is no harm in checking your cough. And let me move to Yoruba a little. Ìlera lọ́rọ̀. Ikọ́ nìkan jẹ́ àmọ́ èyí tí ó jẹ́ èyí tó lè mẹ́mi lọ. So ó ṣe pàtàkì kẹ́ mọ irú ikọ́ tẹ́ ń wú. Kì í ṣe nítorí ara yín nìkan, ṣùgbọ́n nítorí ọkọ yín, àwọn ayálégbé yín àti àwọn ọmọ yín. Ọ̀fẹ́ dẹ̀ ni, ọ̀fẹ́ ní ìtọ́jú, ọ̀fẹ́ ní ìwòsàn. Ó gbọ́ ìtọ́jú. Kò mẹ́mi lọ tí wọ́n bá tètè gba ìtọ́jú.
Okay, so it's not fatal if we can seek help. Okay, let me give you a personal example. I used to have a friend, he died some years back. I was told that he had, he was living with TB. But we used to interact, he would just say he's going for treatment and there were some drugs that he usually brought and the rest of it. So at that time, I also thought that it was very expensive to treat it, basically because there were some people who used to say that, you are going to clinic, do you have money? And the rest of it. You've said that it is free to test, it is free to treat. How universal is that? Is that free treatment, for instance? How universal in terms of when they say it is free? Maybe it is free in this place, and maybe we should allow Damien Foundation to respond to that.
Yeah, thank you very much. TB treatment is free everywhere, throughout Nigeria, in the tertiary institution, secondary health care, primary health care, health post. There is a project we are running in Damien Foundation presently. We call it PPM grant. Nearly going to 95% of PPM facility in the state. We are taking care of 5 states: Oyo, Ogun, Ondo, Osun, and Edo State. So we started this program 2019. We have expanded to nearly 95% PPM facility. They are doing this program free. We are giving them drug. The drug is being supplied by National Tuberculosis and Leprosy Control Unit, free.
Okay.
Even the reagent for the test is being supplied by National Control Program in Abuja there. So everything about TB is free. What we need is to get our people out, advise them to come out early.
Okay.
So that they get tested early.
Okay.
When they get tested early, they can get this drug free of charge, and it will not destroy any part of their body. Because if they come out late, it might damage some part of the organ, especially the lungs. Because these lungs, if you have TB and you refuse to come out, this TB bacilli that we call tuberculosis, mycobacterial tuberculosis, we begin to eat these lungs small by small. And TB will not come out without any brother disease. You cannot come out with TB. But if you are now, if you are break down with any other disease like malaria, TB can see it as opportunity to come out.
Okay, so just like HIV,
just like HIV
operates like that, it takes advantage of the weakness in the system.
In every facility, in the state, in the local government, TB drug is there.
Okay, so
and it's free.
You said in every facility.
Yes.
So can people get tested in the local governments, right?
Yes.
They can. You said you cover Oyo, Ogun, Ondo, Osun, and Edo State. So tell us locations where these tests, can be done.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Whenever somebody is covered, and that person show the interest in want to be okay.
Okay.
So, and he visited one of our facility, because nearly all the facility in the state are taking sample to the site where they can test the tuberculosis.
Even up to primary healthcare level?
Even from health post.
Okay.
Not only primary healthcare. Health post is below primary healthcare. So when you just visited the place and they take your sample, we have 10 sites in Oyo State where they can get this test done.
Okay.
We have 5 in Ibadan here. St. Mary Catholic Hospital Eleta is number 1.
Okay. St. Mary Eleta.
UCH.
Okay.
We have one in Government Chest Hospital, Jericho.
Okay.
We have another one at Ring Road State Hospital, Ring Road here.
Okay.
And the last one is at Military Hospital, Odogbo.
Okay.
So apart from outside Ibadan, we have another 5. We have one in State Hospital, Oyo.
Okay.
Another one in State Hospital, Ogbomosho. We have one in Bowen Teaching Hospital, Ogbomosho. We have one in State Hospital, Shaki. And another one in Baptist Medical Center, Shaki. So, because we don't, all this machine was given us by Global Fund without cover from the Nigerian government. So, with this, we don't have this machine in every places, but we cluster some LGA to be taking their sample to all other LGA where they have that machine. And the money for transportation fee is being paid by the Global Fund.
All right.
Like someone within the LGA, they pay them 2,000.
All right.
Outside the LGA, 3,000.
Okay.
From very far distance, 5,000 naira.
Don't make promise now, so that we don't run into trouble. Okay. Still talking points on Splash FM here in the city of Ibadan. I have a commercial break. I'll be back. When I come back, we'll open the phone lines for a few minutes. I'll see if we can get feedback from the listeners. Please don't go away.
Splash FM 105.5.
My people, better don land. Make una come see ogbonge cable wey dem manufacture for we obodo Nigeria. Na PureChem cables. PureChem cables na correct electrical cable wey dey reliable, dependable, and the people wey dem make am call dey safety conscious. PureChem cables get original copper and aluminium cable for different sizes dem wey you fit use for electrical wiring level for anywhere. Whether na your house, abi na your office, the price nko e no dey tear pocket at all. Nationwide distribution don start. For more information, call 0808 030 3257. 0808 030 3257. PureChem Cable and Wire Limited. They have print compound, 40 gate, 122/132. Oshodi Papa Expressway, Iyano Solo Bus Stop, Lagos. PureChem Cables, Nigerian Electrical Contractors endorser, SON approver. PureChem Cables, na Yubico.
You see that your cousin will not dey carry last for food matter? And that your niece will not like to chop better thing?
No, I know the shopper.
What about your uncle? We not get shit. And that your guy will always like drink the last Coca-Cola. We sabi them. But without them, food not is sweet. Coca-Cola and food together tastes better.
Taste the flame.
Uncle Dentist, wetin be cavities and how Colgate take dey protect my teeth from cavities? Shey dey use comfort?
No, dear. Now, hole for teeth they cause most tooth pain will be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, take brush every day. The confirmed formula could help keep natural calcium inside our teeth. We could protect them from tooth decay.
Time don't reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate. Because Colgate locks calcium in.
Now, the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
It's banging and electrifying. It's Sports Bang. Enjoy the best and the latest sports stories.
And Birmingham has gone, and Fulham have lost.
Get ready for logical arguments, exclusive bites, comprehensive analysis, and superb banter.
There's no better number 10 anywhere in world football.
On Sports Bang. Mondays to Fridays by 7:30 a.m. and by 6:30 p.m. every Monday and Tuesday on Splash 105.5 FM. Join us on the planet where sports lovers live. Sports Bang. Get the big picture. Get the whole story. We keep you sports on.
You haven't touched your food since I saved it.
Darling, I'm very worried and I'm tired of spending huge amount of money repeatedly on electronic appliances that keep breaking down. It's frustrating.
Daddy, the washing machine has stopped working.
Oh, not again.
Solar Telecoms and Electronics Store, the Jagaban of phones and electronics, is the one sure place to get quality electronic appliances at the lowest price. In fact, Solat is currently offering you 20% discount on flat screen TVs, deep freezers, air conditioners, washing machines, gas cookers, and other appliances. Visit Solat Electronics showroom today at J. Allen Dugbe, Solat Mega Store, Mokola Isolat Building, Mokola Palms Mall, and Challenge for all brands of electronic appliances and phones. Remember, Solat Electronics is offering 20% discount on all purchases. For inquiries, call 0701 684 1630. Solat Telecoms, you deserve the best.
I won't tell you the secret of better food. Now the no chicken and classic seasoning powder. The ingredient they take make am na natural by nature, like real chicken, rosemary, black and white pepper, garlic, onion, parsley, mushroom, coriander. If you knack no seasoning powder for inside your jollof, fried rice, egusi, and all other soup, you go know say flavor pass flavor. No seasoning powder, natural by ingredients, bang by flavor.
Splash FM 105.5.
All right, you're welcome back. It's still Talking Points on Splash FM 105.5. Here in the city of Ibadan, we're talking tuberculosis. I've been speaking with Dr. Bayomi Akande of the Breakthrough Action and Mrs. Babafunke Olatoyojo, Oluyole Local Government Supervisor for TB, and also of the Breakthrough Action, and Mr. Babatunde Sunday. He's a Senior Monitoring and Evaluation Officer at Damien Foundation. Let's attend to a call or two if we can. 0809 155 1055, 0805 699 8678, and 07069 499 3000. Those are the numbers to call if you'd like to make an inquiry about tuberculosis, particularly about getting tested. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
You're welcome. It's Talking Points on Splash FM. Would you like to talk to us?
Yes,
what's the name, please?
I'm Dr. Sheyi.
Dr. Sheyi, good to hear from you today. Would you like to talk to us? Go ahead, please.
All right, sir. Please, I just have a concern concerning the topic of discussion. When the guests were talking, I don't think they actually mentioned the genesis of how tuberculosis actually, how it's being transmitted or how people acquire it. Because I noticed that there was a time, maybe last year or 2 years ago, I can't remember, when your station, let me say you, but maybe a veterinary doctor, they are talking about how these cows that we eat, most of them, they are not being checked, and most of them, some of them do have tuberculosis, and we just consume.
All right, Dr. Shi.
We don't have doctors that are checking them.
Dr. Shi, thank you. I know you are speaking this way because you're a medical doctor. Thank you very much for calling. Okay, so we may not have all the time to deal with that today, but I'd like to assure you that I think in March we're going to be talking about the global commemoration for tuberculosis. I can assure you that we'll get this conversation back on the microphone. Okay, but for today, we just like to just cut it short because of time and a couple of other things that we'd like to put to the table. Okay, so this question is somehow related to what he has asked. I've been thinking in my head, it sounds like COVID, sounds like tuberculosis. How do you separate it, doctor? I mean the symptoms now.
Well, the symptoms are quite similar, and it might be difficult to separate them.
Okay.
Yes.
So the way to separate them is just to go for tests.
To go for tests because both manifest with cough, although the cough of COVID is a dry cough, while that of TB is usually productive of sputum or at times bloody sputum. But both of them may also have fever, may also have chest pain, may also have other symptoms.
Okay.
So the best thing is to just go for a test. But of course, cough of TB will usually last longer
okay.
than
So
that of.
The way to clear the doubts is just go for tests.
Is to go for a test.
Okay, madam, just 1 minute. Can you share a testimony and experience, in this area, maybe your treatment of tuberculosis to us? Please, just 1 minute.
Well, we've met someone in the community before who told us about somebody who has been coughing. And luckily, we're able to see the person.
Okay.
And we spoke to the man, and the man said he's been going everywhere to know the kind of cough. He said he has even spent a lot of money.
Wow.
And luckily for us, we gave him the cup. He produced the sputum, took it to the health center, and it was confirmed that he had TB. Today, the man has started treatment. He's doing fine. He's getting better.
Okay.
So we have such good stories.
So the way to get a good positive story is to, first of all, go for testing.
Yes.
And then if it's confirmed, get treatment, which is free.
And complete your treatment.
So don't run away after 5 days of treatment and say, Moti, we're okay. All right. So I'd like to say thanks to you for coming. Dr. Bayomi Akonde, of the Breakthrough Foundation, Breakthrough Action. I understand it's a USAID project, right? Thanks for coming. Babatunde Olatoyeojo, Oluyole Local Government Supervisor for TB and Breakthrough Action Nigeria. Thank you for coming as well. Mr. Babatunde Sunday, Senior Monitoring and Evaluation Officer, Damien Foundation. Thank you for coming. All right, so the program remains Talking Points on Splash FM. I'll be talking education after now. Please don't go away.
From the top of the Fisher Building.
This is
Detroit's number one hit music station.
Splash 105.5 FM, your integrity station.
Okay, it's good to have you back. It's still Talking Points on Splash FM here in the city of Ibadan. I told you we'll be talking about education. And I have guests from I know that they are old students of the and stakeholders, as well as parents of the Methodist High School, Ibadan. I will bring them to the microphone in a moment. We're basically talking about the development that they are bringing to the table for their alma mater, and then talk about the anniversary. I think there's a 60th anniversary on the cards. Yeah. Okay. There's something about the alumni associations that I know. They are basically about giving mentorship, giving connections, and making sure that they give back to institutions that have, that have helped them to attain their heights in society. It's good to give back. Also, as an alumni of the prestigious University of Ibadan as well, I know what goes down in all these things. So let's bring them to the microphone. Lekan Abioye is the president, right?
Yes.
Of the Old Students Association, right?
Of Methodist
High School, Ibadan. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Yodeji Solanke. Good afternoon and welcome, sir.
Thank you very
much. And Mr. Soji Adebanjo, right? Adebambo. Okay, Adebambo. Thank you very much for coming, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so let me start with Mr. Lekan Abioye. What brings you here?
Oh, thank you so much. You know, in your introduction, you mentioned alumni association,
yes,
and all that. And what really brought us here today is that we want to tell the whole world, that Methodist High School Ibadan, is going to be 60 years old come February 13,
okay,
2021. So
February
that is
13.
The next Saturday we are going to be 60 years old, and it's worth it that the whole world, the whole students of Methodist High School Ibadan, they are scattered all over the world.
Yes,
from the Caribbean to every other, to Europe, to Americas, to the Caribbeans and all that. So we want everybody all over the world to know that Methodist High School is still alive and kicking and waxing stronger. So that is purely what we've come, to tell the world here. And again, there have been series of developments, happening, concerning the school.
Yes.
Which of course these are efforts, of the old boys. I mean the alumni, and then we need to also let the world know that the old boys are there, and then they are doing what they need to do, for the school, and the school is waxing stronger.
I can see the resolve on your face. When you say the old boys are here,
yes,
I understand what it means in terms of cash.
Thank you. Yes.
Basically, it's about cash. Yes. Development of the institution that helped, that made you what you have become today. Yes. Most times when people, the way to ask the question is this. I usually speak to some people and I will tell them that if you are carrying any certificate and that institution has gone to the grave, your certificate is
as
good as dead as well. So you have to keep the oil of the institution running.
Yes.
And I like what you are doing. A lot of things have gone bad in terms of infrastructure of public education, particularly public schools in Nigeria. Yeah. Let's bring the question to the relevance of the Alumni Association to the revitalization and the quality of education in the school and education sector. Let me bring you to the microphone, sir, Mr. Ayodeji Solanke. Let me bring you to the microphone. Tell us, maybe you can also use the opportunity to talk to other old boys of other institutions as to, how relevant they can be if indeed they want to be relevant.
All right, thank you very much. You've said it all. When you look at schools now, especially public schools, you realize that the government, they are hardly doing so much. They are hardly doing, I don't want to say nothing, but practically nothing. They are practically doing nothing. And that has put the burden on the old boys or the old students, as the case may be. Now, the old boys must realize that the school is theirs, even though they have graduated, but they must still keep the school running. In terms of structure, most structures, of course, are so terrible. And then there will be nobody to repair all this structure apart from the old boys. So old boys must look into that. But apart from the infrastructural development, which they must take up, they must also look at the students. the young ones still in the school, they have to make it their responsibility to see that these students are well tutored. They have a lovely school learning environment in terms of books, in terms of teachers, and all of that. So it is practically the duty, the function of the old boys to get that for the schools and for the students.
I know that it's a big burden, just like you used the word burden, but you are not complaining. Are you complaining?
We won't complain because it's our school, it's our pride, that's who we are, that's what we are, that's the school that raised us, wherever we are now. So we just cannot complain.
Okay, I will come to you, sir. Let me go to Mr. Soji Adebambo. Tell me about some of the things that your alumni association or the old boys of the Methodist High School, what exactly, just give me a snippet of what has been happening in recent time.
Well, thank you very much. I need to say this, that I'm happier that I attended Methodist High School.
Wow.
Of all the schools in Nigeria.
You are making me jealous already.
Yes, I love the school because the school actually baked all of us.
Wow.
Yes, the school has given us qualitative education that has given us self-confidence wherever we find ourselves. Yes, back to your question. A lot had been done, but seems fragmentary in different perspectives. There are different sets of old boys.
Yes.
Association.
See, 91 set, 92 set, and then they're doing different projects.
Things.
Okay.
They're doing different things. And this has been so enormous in the school.
Okay.
But collectively now, a lot are taking place within few years. For example, the first story building, if you enter the school, was at the state of total disrepair.
Wow.
I don't want to say moribund. A set had come and I spent so much to put up the structure back to what we can say relatively closer to what we have in global view. And that set is 7072.
Wow.
They have done very well.
Wow.
Also, like I said, some of these things can be fragmentary. We have a set that have put up an ICT center where you have laptops.
That's massive.
And the student can also be trained in the area of ICT. We also have a set that had put up a projector for easy and e-learning that could even fast track teaching.
After all, this is 2021.
Yeah, so that a lot of syllabuses will be covered.
Recovered, okay.
So we have sets that are put up stools, put up furnitures. Also, we have those that are putting up the staff room to be conducive for teachers. But teachers also need to be taken care of. They are part of the system, not only the school children alone. So, like I said, those things, if you pull everything together collectively, you see that a lot of work has been done.
Okay, all right.
Work has been done.
Okay, so what has been happening now in terms of development in the Methodist High School as the national president of the Methodist High School Old Boys Association?
Thank you so much. A lot is really going on. If you get to that school today, you'll be amazed. Like my colleague has also mentioned, you'll be so amazed because the entire whole boys of Methodist High School, it's as if everybody, it's as if everybody just want to, give back. The passion and the love of the school to give back is just there. I mean, it's burning almost on daily basis. If you are entering to that school now, you will see massive gates, structure that is set, are put in place. Massive gates, as if you want to enter into a federal university. That's the kind of gates, that is being constructed.
Wow.
For the school. And now fence project is ongoing. We are fencing the entire school because a lot of equipment are coming to the school. Let me also quickly mention this. There is a project, of the state government or your state government, and then with high ITA partnership and all of that. And we are lucky in our school, that one of us, Dr. Debo Akonde,
to the governor on agriculture and agribusiness.
Great. By the grace of God, he was able to see that project comes to Methodist High School.
Wow.
So as we speak presently now, Bishop Phillips,
the STEP program that you're talking about.
And Methodist High School Ibadan are enjoying that benefit today.
Massive.
If you get into their school, you will see, the development, you will see structures, you will see equipment. You will be willing to be, a student of Methodist High School.
Okay.
So these are a whole lot of things are happening. A set is undertaking, giving us mini stadium, lawn tennis courts, badminton courts, all these things are coming almost at the same time.
Okay.
And our school is really, really enjoying that, infrastructural development.
We'll talk about more on this matter after this break. It's still Talking Points on Splash FM here in the city of Ibadan. I'm still playing host to the executive and members of the national, Association of the Old Boys of the Methodist High School, Ibadan. When we come back from this break.
Splash FM 105.5.
True friends are like diamond, bright, beautiful, valuable, and always in style. On this, the Methodist High School Ibadan Old Boys Association invites old boys to the 60th anniversary of our alma mater on Saturday, February 13 and Sunday, February 14, 2021. Anniversary theme, celebrating 60 years of a life-building secondary education institution. Projects and initiatives shall be commissioned at the school premises on Saturday, February 13 by 10 a.m. and on Sunday, February 14, Thanksgiving service holds by 10 a.m. at Agbeni Methodist Cathedral Church. While all activities shall be transmitted virtually, those physically attending are to comply with COVID-19 protocols. For further notice, contact Shola Ajayi, Chairman, Planning Committee on 003-566-3625 or Adesoji Adebambo, Secretary, Planning Committee on 003-370-4631. Methodist High School, Ibadan. Emma Tesiwaju.
Splash FM 105.5.
All right, it's still Talking Points on Splash FM here in the city of Ibadan. We're talking education. Don't forget that it's a very important element in the Sustainable Development Goals. I know that goal number 4 has to do with lifelong education. And without education, we'll never be able to get out of this hole of, if you like, misdevelopment or underdevelopment. And it's very important to also understand the import of infrastructure. Infrastructure gives boosts to the mind of the person to say, I want to go to school. Sometimes when you, just like you were saying earlier, that if you have a massive gate that even looks like entering a university, as a student of a school like that, I'll be happy to wake up and go to school. Yes. I know the implication of that, and that's very important. So people, these gentlemen are from the Methodist High School, Ibadan, Old Boys Association, and the 60th anniversary is coming down February. I'm told it's the 13th of February. Yes. February. This Saturday. Yeah. Wow. So let's break it down. Mr. Lekan Abioye, you are the national president. Let's break it down now.
Thank you.
What are the elements that you've put into this anniversary? I mean, the big day. What have you lined up? What should we expect?
Oh, thank you very much. It is going to be a very, very fantastic event. We are bringing, in that event, we are having the collection of Old Boys representatives, from various sets.
Okay.
Like I told you, this school began 60 years ago. So you can imagine, the number of students and then executive of different sets, coming to this event, to celebrate the 60th, anniversary. And then, and it's also, coincidentally, it's our Founders Day. So, the school came, to being on that particular day, and now we are 60 years. So, a kind of two things, happening together. It's going to be very, very interactive. We are going to be commissioning some of these projects that we just, highlighted, a few minutes ago. We are going to have a kind of an AGM whereby we talk about where are we last year, what have we been able to do, and then where are we going, going forward for the, for the other year. We're going to have that, and we're going to have some bit of, celebrations. Government official, from Oyo State will be coming, to grace that occasion, from ministries and the government and all that, and then to also help us in commissioning some of these projects. So these are things that are coming, to be, on that particular day. So it's going to be a galore of celebration. However, it will have been much more bigger, than this, but because of the COVID-19 pandemic and all of that, we decided to trim down, in terms of the numbers of people that we'll be expecting, and then we're also going to, if you listen to our jingle very well, you will see that we are emphasizing, the COVID-19 protocol and all of that. So arrangement has been put in place, for, having enough, sanitizers, having nose masks, putting in place the social distancing of a thing in every of our arrangement, and also to make sure that, the time spent, during that event is so shrink that we could quickly do all this thing that we want to do, and then we get everyone happy, and then we're out of that place.
I like that part of getting everyone happy. 0809 155 1055, 0805 699 8678, and 0706 949 3000. Those are the numbers. In case you'd like to just talk to us, particularly on this matter, maybe you are also a member of the Old Boys Association of your school, and you are, borrowing inspiration from here. You can use this medium to address this gentleman, and then see if you can get your own friends as well to join the party. You see, you were talking about making it big. Let me come to the secretary of the 60th anniversary committee, Mr. Soji Adebambo. You talked about massive projects. It must have cost a lot. Of course, he made reference to COVID-19 affecting things and the rest of it. But give me an idea of what it costs. Basically, I may not be asking you to mention millions and billions of naira and the rest of it, but what exactly did it take you to mobilize for this thing?
Well, thank you very much. What it really cost the whole Boys Association, its commitment.
Okay, let's see if we can attend to this caller. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
What's the name, please?
My name is Oladeji Taiwo Yakub.
Oladeji Taiwo Yakub. Talk to us, sir.
Yeah, please. I just want to use this medium to appreciate my daddy, that are there, because we are the young graduates. I finished 1999 to 2000. And when I passed through this school, to be honest with you, I'm really happy that I'm product of that school. And I got grace, more to the level, and their own, inshallah, I got grace as well. Saturday will be a successful one for every one of us.
I hope you'll be attending, right?
Definitely, I'm part of their, I used to talk to Mr. Olatunbosun, one of I think he's our PRO.
Okay.
I think he's our PRO.
All right. Thank you.
So I used to score with that. I'll be there on Saturday by God grace.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. Wow. So that's someone who passed through the school. Okay. Thank you very much for calling. Let's see if we can get 1-2 more calls. Yes.
I want to thank them too.
Okay. So he's asking me to thank you. Okay.
Thank you very much for the call.
All right.
We're so happy, and then we're also using this avenue to also tell everyone that the association is available for everybody to come into. Over 15,000 students has passed through that school.
Wow.
So where are they? We want everybody to come as one big family.
Okay, let's attend to this caller. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Talking Points. What's the name, please?
I'm Prince Adeosun.
Prince Adeosun, let's talk very quickly, sir.
I'm speaking from Ibadan here.
Hey, go ahead,
I just want to be sure which of the Methodist church Methodist secondary school, is this the one at the Express or the one at Bodija?
Okay, very good question. Very good question. Thank you very much for that question.
Because my son attended the one at the Express when we were in Ibadan here, yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Thank you very much for calling. So tell our listeners the location of your own Methodist High School.
Well, Methodist High School is located on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway.
Okay.
Wherever you are coming from, Lagos, Ibadan, Iworo, Challenge, on your way going to Lagos.
At the toll gate.
Just before you get to the toll gate.
I know.
Yes, you see the school. Conspicuously located.
There's this joke we used to make when I also attended school in Ibadan here about the color of the uniform. This is the white and blue, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Top
yeah. I attended a secondary school in Ibadan here whose uniform still is white and blue. So they used to ask us, "You're white and blue. Methodist in me." I remember vividly.
The original owner of the white and blue.
The original now of white and blue.
Okay, so it's still Talking Points on Splash FM 60th anniversary. Diamond Jubilee is called. Very massive, 60 years, and the school is still standing. Wow. Okay, so I'd like you to, just like you were saying, sir, before the caller, I'd like you to tell us, just speak to people. You said that over 15,000 have passed through the school. Do you have that number? I will talk to you about the numbers. Okay. When we come back from this break, it's still Talking Points on Splash FM. Please don't go.
Splash FM 105.5.
True friends are like diamond, bright, beautiful, valuable, and always in style. On this, the Methodist High School Ibadan Old Boys Association invites old boys to the 60th anniversary of our alma mater on Saturday, February 13 and Sunday, February 14, 2021. Anniversary theme, celebrating 60 years of a life-building secondary education institution. Projects and initiatives shall be commissioned at the school premises on Saturday, February 13 by 10 a.m. and on Sunday, February 14, Thanksgiving service holds by 10 a.m. at Agbeni Methodist Cathedral Church. While all activities shall be transmitted virtually, those physically attending are to comply with COVID-19 protocols. For further notice, contact Shola Ajayi, Chairman, Planning Committee on 003-566-3625 or Adesoji Adebambo, Secretary, Planning Committee on 003-370-4631. Methodist High School, Ibadan. Emma Tesiwaju.
All right, it's still Talking Points on Splash FM. We're talking 60th anniversary of the Methodist High School, Ibadan, and the Old Boys Association represented here. I have the national president as well as the vice president too, and the secretary of the anniversary planning committee. So let's do the wrap up at this point. But the question I asked before we went on that break, you said over 15,000 have passed through that school.
Yes.
Have you been able to exhaustively cover them in terms of membership? I know that in some institutions before you went at the point of graduation, you are enlisted into the alumni association. Yes. Some charges are taken from you and the rest of it. Yes. How does it operate in your own sphere?
Okay. You mentioned, have we been able to harness the potential of 15,000 old boys? We've not been able to do that, but we have put in place plans with which that could be achieved. As of today, the national executive team has been able to, put in place a website. So the association has a website, which of course, we also have our social media handle, so which we are putting out to people. And then if we even look at the dailies today, you see, the phone number of our national PRO, with his name there. So we're also doing this for people who peradventure come across such publication. They will know how to channel, their information, or who to talk to, or how to reach, their association. So all these things we are putting in place for people to be able to understand and then to be able to reach, the association. So now we have platforms. We have WhatsApp platform. We have Telegraph platform, where people who are aware of all these things come together, and then it now becomes, one person being aware, telling other people, and all of that. So with all this latest development, you could hear the other time that somebody said, it was so elated, passing through that place, and then you see what is happening. So now it knows that it is courtesy of the Old Boys. So the beauty of all this thing is, the more the news goes out there, and then they are seeing the good works of the Old Boys, then people will be willing to want to come in, and then to join, the trail. So, and that is what we're trying to do.
Let's wrap up now, Mr. Sholanke. After this anniversary, that will be all until the next anniversary, right?
That what?
After this anniversary of Saudi, the next time you will visit will be the next anniversary, right?
No.
Okay, so tell me what happens in between.
The presence of the Old Boys has always been there, and it will continue to be there.
Yes. Okay. Because some people will say, "Shebo, you want it? Let's give them money. I don't have to be there."
There will always be one project or the other to embark upon.
I think quickly also, it's also beyond the fact that the Old Boys are putting infrastructures in place. We are also networking. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Okay.
We're also building one another up, in terms of career, in terms of business, in terms of, learning, equipping ourselves and all of that. So the fraternity is there, and then the fraternity will continue to work stronger.
All right.
Thank you very much.
All right. I've been speaking with the Old Boys Association of the Methodist High School, Ibadan. I'd like to say thanks to you for coming, Mr. Lekan Abioye, National President, Mr. Yodeji Sholanke, Vice President 2, as well as Mr. Soji Adebambo, the Secretary, 60th Anniversary Planning Committee. Thank you for coming, please.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And the job is done for today. I'd like to say thanks to you for listening. And don't forget at 5 p.m. we'll be back for Splash Rendezvous. Let's do solutions journalism. Next meeting is Saturday on Book Splash. Enjoy the rest of the day. My name is Michael Olatunbosun.